So if you're watching this, I'm guessing that you're trying to find a way to make a living on social media and are wondering how many followers do you need to do that? Whether it's sharing a product or service, getting brand sponsorships, making money with ads, whatever the reason, we're gonna answer that $1 million question on your minds of how big your audience needs to be. Hi, I'm Angel. If you want to learn more about how to grow your audience and how to turn that audience into income, then first of all, make sure you subscribe to this channel because that's what I share on this channel. It's all about entrepreneurial success, growing your social media, and growing your income. I also have a lifestyle channel at Angel Grace 2 that I make my full-time living from. So I created this channel just to give you the business side of it. So I'm guessing the reason why you're probably watching this video is because you're probably trying to become more successful on social media. And a part of that is probably making a living on social media. And a lot of that, comes down in your mind. You're asking yourself, wow, how big my audience needs to be? How many subscribers do I need to have? How many readerships to my blog do I need? And the list goes on and on. So I'm gonna clear up some beliefs about the number of followers you need on social media to make money. In this video, I'm gonna be sharing with you some math. Okay, yes, a little bit of math of exactly how many followers you need to be able to support yourself full time. Also, how many followers you need maybe before you launch a product or get a brand sponsorship or make money with ads and so forth. Hopefully this helps you to get a general idea of where you need to be to make a living. So you also gotta kind of figure out what you wanna make money from. But I'm just throw it all out there and give you some numbers and some facts and figures, and hopefully that helps you with your decision or whichever avenue you're trying to go after. Okay, so let's look at my Instagram. I have 100,000 following. Do you need 100,000 followers to make money? The quick answer is absolutely not. But let's dive a little bit deeper because it really just depends. Now, if you're trying to do brand deals and do shout outs, then maybe yes. If that's how you want to make a full-time living on Instagram, then yes, you may need that amount. But if those routes aren't your main focus of making money, then no. That number of followers sometimes can just serve as social proof for other avenues you want to take. But first you want to figure out your monetization strategy and have that correct strategy in place. So looking at sponsorships, and I'm just going to use Instagram for example for this one. I do have some more examples for YouTube and all of that too. But, and mind you guys, if you don't know, I'm on like practically every platform. Like I'm on Twitter, Pinterest, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I have a blog and I make money on all of them. So just stay with me, okay? But I'm just gonna use Instagram for this one, for instance. If you are trying to ultimately make money and make your living from sponsorship deals, you should know this, have this figure in mind, okay? On average, brands pay $10 per 1,000 followers. And on YouTube, it's almost double that. So that means if you have 10,000 followers, brands will on average pay you about $100. If you have 100,000 followers, brands will on average pay you $1,000 per post. And I will personally attest to that. It's practically true. But a little more things do go into consideration, including what's your engagement rate. Like if you have a super high engagement rate, you can, charge more than that or ask for more than that. Will they pay that? It's, up to the brand. And also how targeted your audience is. Because let's say if you have a really super targeted niche, let's say dog lovers or your specialty is small dogs, then you can probably charge a little bit more because your niche is so targeted that it's going to be super helpful for the brand. Or let's say your niche is just dealing with PCOS. If a brand wanted to use your audience, you could charge a little bit more because your audience is so targeted. That's just something to keep in mind. But on average, that's what brands pay. Do you have to have 100,000 followers to make a living full-time from social media? No. I got paid my first brand deal when I hit about 10,000 followers on Instagram, and I started getting brand deals consistently after that. So you don't have to have 100,000, but if you want to make a full-time living from it, do your math, see how many brand deals you need a month, and figure that out. And so all of your numbers and facts and figures, your followers, that's something you should put in your social media kit. And you can also include your rates in your social media kit. So sometimes brands will ask you, what do you charge? That's when you need to have your social media kit. If you don't have one, it's definitely good to get one, especially if you want to rely mostly on brand sponsorships. If you want to know more about creating one, drop me a comment, let me know you're interested, and I could come back and do a video on that or provide you with some more information on that. But I need to know if that's something that you want to know more about. Okay, so in doing the math, if you ultimately want to make all your money from sponsorships, let's say on Instagram, and you need to make $3,000 a month to survive and live off of, that means you will on average need 3 brand deals a month, and that's with 100,000 followers. But again, everything is not black and white, you know, so don't say this is hard concrete, because some brands charge on if you get a certain amount of likes, and it's so many different things that could take place depending on your contract. But I just want to give you like a beginning starter guide, like just kind of have this in your head to start with. Okay, now let's move on to ads. If you want to primarily make your money from ad revenue, there are so many places you can do that. You can do Facebook ads, you can do your ads on your blog post or your website, you can do ads on YouTube. You need to make sure you know the minimum requirements for whichever avenue you want to take, because each of them have different requirements. And for all the platforms so far, I have an entire video with each platform and their requirements for each that you need to monetize for ads. So I will link that video below in the description box and put it in my cards as well. And you can check that out. But that gives you the minimum requirements for the different platforms that you want to make ad revenue from. And those are not the only ways to make money with ads, but those are the primary ways to make money with ads. So if that's what you want to fully rely on, make sure to check out the minimum requirements for those. I do also have a video for YouTube, like with CPMs, because all of them base it on CPMs, which are cost per 1,000 impressions. I've showed in my past videos how much I've made. So, and I do want to come back and do some more videos, because I had a video reach 1 million views. And if you want to know how much I made from that video, drop me a comment, let me know. I just want to be transparent with you guys as much as possible, so that you can have an idea of how you want to do this and how you want to pursue social media, how much you can potentially make, and so forth. So make sure to check out the video below talking about CPMs, because your CPM, which is cost per 1,000, will depend on your niche, and then also how much you make from ads also depends on how many ads are shown. So if somebody watches your whole video and they see all 3 ads or whatever, then that's gonna have an impact on your revenue. Also, your length of the video depends, because you can add more ads in the longer the video. It's so much involved with ads, but the basics is to make sure you know their requirements and also keep in mind the CPMs. Okay, so now let's talk about making money from a product or service. So you'll ask yourself, how many followers do I need to make money with my product, you know, or service? That boils down to, honestly, I think one answer. I don't think it's about how many followers you need per se. I think that's more based on when an audience is consistently responding or asking you the same question, or you see a need in an area. So I have the perfect example. For instance, with my IVF journal, that's my product. I saw a need in that market, because when I was going through IVF, I could not find that perfect journal out there to track everything I wanted to track, how I wanted to track it, because I'm a super detailed person. So what I did was I created exactly what I needed in my life and what I could not find. And even though people weren't asking for that, I saw a need for it. And because I created it based on a need, every time I promoted or talked about going through IVF, I promoted my journal. And guess what? It's my top selling product. Why? Because I saw a need for it. It was missing. So when people were going through IVF, I'm sure they were running into the same issue. So it was to help me initially, but I ended up helping other people, and it became my top seller product in my store. It wasn't really about how many followers I had. It was pretty much based on just a need. And knowing the need will help you figure out when it's time to sell a product or service. Or again, people are asking you the same continuous question over and over and over about a certain product or a certain service. That's when you know, okay, this is time. It's time for me to launch a product or service. It's not about how many followers you have. It's about, like I said, answering those questions about the need or consistently getting a lot of that same feedback. So now once you have your product or service, the question is, how much do I need to make a living? So let's say if you need $100,000 to make a living off of, and your product is $100, that will mean you need 1,000 sales. So that's kind of how you do the math to figure out, can I make a living off of this? Now let's move on to another area a lot of social media influencers and content creators make money, and that's with affiliates. Affiliates is pretty much getting a commission for selling an item that belongs to someone else. So how many followers do you need to make money with affiliates? None. Absolutely none. There's not a minimum. I will just say that. Yes, I said none. And I say that for a few reasons. Because even if you don't have followers, you can promote affiliates with ads. So it's a way to do it. But if you do have a following, that's even better, because you know, you can go so many routes of promoting affiliate links. Now I have 2 more in-depth videos diving deeper into affiliate marketing, so don't forget to check those out after watching this. I will be sharing exactly how much I've made with some companies, products in a video, and I also will be sharing with you some ways that you can start implementing affiliate marketing today, like as of right now, even with not a lot of followers. Okay, there you go. That's a lot of math, that's a lot of information, but I wanted to do this so you know in reality about how many followers you need to make a living off social media. So the answer is, it really depends, and it depends on what monetization strategy you have in mind and how you want to utilize that. Also, the platforms you're on, and if you want to fully just monetize from one platform, let's say you just want to be a full-time YouTuber. So there you have it. Just keep in mind with sponsorships how much you get on average, as well as ad revenue. If you want to make a full-time living from Instagram or Facebook, and you still got Pinterest, Instagram, TikTok. It's so many ways to make money, you guys, but a lot of it is not dependent on followers. But the main thing that is dependent on followers is definitely sponsorships and brand deals, because they do take in mind how many followers or subscribers you have on the platform, also how much engagement rate you have. So there you have it. There's your little insights. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to give me that thumbs up, and I will see you guys in my next video.